Right, folks, this will be fun. This is an instructional video from me. Me picking giving instructions as though I know what I'm talking about. I need to shave, I know that. I'm going to have a shower in a minute. Right, look, I've just seen a message in the comment section. I think it was off Yvonne. She tried to do the ITV7 Placepot. They wanted over £3,000. I'm surprised you didn't put it on, Yvonne. Good God, I bet you fell over, love. I would have done. Right, I spoke to somebody yesterday. Well, I'll tell you who I spoke to. I spoke to Dave the Suit last night. Tell a lie. Messaged Dave the Suit after he messaged me. He said, I'll gladly mention on my channel about the ITV7 Placepot. He said, but firstly, where'd you put it on? Secondly, how's it all working? And he said, thirdly, are you not doing yourself some harm? Because if you get more people in there, they could be winning part of the money that you're winning. Well, let me explain on that one first. There was a time a few months ago where Dave the Suit, for about 1 week, gave some Placepot fancies out. He picked a Placepot himself, and he gave it to those in his channel that wanted to bet. I spoke to him about it since, and I said, that's the worst thing you could do, Dave. That's stupid. Let's say you're spot on and you know what you're doing, and you get the Placepot up. And let's say, for argument's sake, under a normal day, based on what was in there and what you won it at, you might have won yourself 300 quid. If you give it to 20 of your followers and they're all on, that 300 quid might become 20 quid. You've cost yourself 280 quid. That's madness. What I'm doing, folks, I'm telling you to get onto this ITV7 Placepot, because it can be, I'm not saying it will be for you, but it can be a gold mine. And if I were you, I would do it every single Saturday without fail. Or I would watch the Tote every day and see what's in there on a daily basis. And whenever there's a lot in there, or there might be a rollover, do it then. It's a really, really, really good bet. For my money at the moment, it's the best bet that the Tote do, and many overlook it, and I don't know why. It's regularly paying more than the daily Placepot. Over the last 2 days, there's been £500,000 in the Ascot Placepot, and it's paid round about the £2,000 mark both days. Over both the days, over the 2 days combined, there's only been about £13,000 in the ITV7 Placepot. One day it paid nearly £6,000. Yesterday it paid £4,000. It's unbelievable. The day before yesterday, I won 487, or got back 487. Yesterday, at the post 3 times, had 3 goals at it, and I'm gutted because I should have been more sensible. And if I'd have put the favourite in the race 1 in both the bets, 2 of the bets that went down, I'd have won a good few quid now. But because folk don't know where to put the bet on, and more than that, because folk don't know how to put the bet and how to stake it, let me give you a bit of instruction, a bit of an idea. You don't have to do it. You don't. I'm also going to give you something at the end of this video that might make the whole bet a free bet. Seriously. It's going to cost you a little bit more money, so you might lose a bit more. But it could actually work out to be a free bet. Which means you're not going to win the Placepot, but it's not going to cost you anything. Okay? More about that in a minute. And I mean, it won't cost you anything. If your Placepot goes down on one of the legs that I'm going to mention to you, it'll cost you nothing. If the Placepot carries on through that leg and goes down later, well, it's going to cost you a bit more. But anyway, listen to this. Right, this is who you can get the Placepot on with. You can get on direct with the Tote. You go on the Tote, you click horse racing, you scroll down and you click ITV7 Placepot. It will tell you what's in there, it'll show you that you've got the 7 legs, and you put how many you want in each leg, and then at the end of it you put how many pence or how many pounds you want it on for your stake. Okay, and that stake is times by how many selections you have in each of the 7 lines, because it's 7 races. They've done, for a first this year, something they've never done before. They've took all 7 races at Ascot. That is absolutely brilliant. I knew when racing started this week, because ITV have covered the last race now, they were going to probably take every race at Ascot. I've been asking the Tote to do it. I've spoken to somebody pretty high up there on 3 occasions, and I've said, why on earth, when we get a top meeting, do you not just cover every race at the meeting? Because your dividends will be much better, and they've never done it. They've done it this time for the first time. I mean, like today, for instance, you've got the Norfolk Stakes first race. Only first 3 places, 15 runners. The King George Stakes, 19, 20 runners. Again, only first 3 places. The Ribblesdale, 11 runners, 3 places. The Gold Cup, a dead 8, 3 places. Let's hope none pull out. We want that. We want them 3 places there. The 5 o'clock, the Britannia, monstrous handicap, 30 runners, 4 places. The 5:35, the Hampton Court Stakes, 14 runners, only 3 places. And then finally the 6:10, the Buckingham Palace Stakes. How many's in that? 29 runners, only 4 places. So you've got two races with 4 places, everything else there with 3 places. The massive fields all the way through, which is fantastic. Let's hope we don't have a field below 8. We did yesterday, and that will have cost some. But normally at Ascot, I mean, I've looked tomorrow as well. Tomorrow's fields are really good. I've not seen Saturday's yet. So there's a chance to win some big money. Now, yesterday when the PlacePot's running, after leg 5, it's only paying out 55 quid. After leg 6, it's gone from 55 quid to 1,700 quid. And it's gone to that because the first horse, the winner of the 6th race, was ridden by Oisin Murphy. There was only 4% of the people still left in the PlacePot on that horse. The second, the one I tipped up to frame, was it Snelson, I think? Only 2% was on that. The third and the fourth, nobody had bet it at all. So only 6% of all those that were left in the PlacePot carried on till the final leg 7. Now on leg 7, a few got it up. I got the first 3 places. It only paid 3 in every single PlacePot I did. Sadly, all my PlacePots had already gone down. But it went from 1,700, leg 6, to about 4,300, leg 7. So that was the payout yesterday. There's only 7,000 and odd in the pool, but it still paid 4,300 quid. Now, the day before, when it paid nearly 6 grand, I only had it to 8 pence. I did a 2-penny PlacePot. In one race I got 2 up, so it doubled it to 4 pence. Then in another race I got 2 up, doubled it to 8 pence. I often get it to 16, 24 and 32 pence. But often it doesn't pay as big. So the day before yesterday, you see there was one race day for yesterday where there were all big prices, all the first 4. And there was one race yesterday where it was the same, the Oisin Murphy race. I think Misinformation was 14s. Snelson and mine was 20s. I think there was another one 20s, another one 33s. Doesn't always work that way, but it does at somewhere like Ascot more than anywhere else. That's what I'm hoping for today, tomorrow and Saturday. There'll be at least one race each day where the favourite's nowhere and the first 5 or 6 in the betting are nowhere, because it just takes everybody out the PlacePot. So you're looking at some near enough favouritism and some big prices. This is how I would stake today. This just gives you an idea. This is the way to do it. This is for the young lady that messaged me earlier and anybody else listening. In leg 1 today, I always tend to do in every PlacePot a banker. One that I'm certain is going to get in the first 3. Now, sometimes I'm wrong, and when I'm wrong, the bet goes down. It goes down. Now, over the last 2 days, I've not put the O'Brien horse, the 2-year-old, in either PlacePot. Not in either of them. And each time it's cost me, it cost me dearly. 2 of my PlacePots went down on leg 1. The O'Brien horse romped home, 2 PlacePots went down, I got all 6 legs up, all the other 6. But once the leg's gone down, you're snookered. I like it when my banker is in leg 6. I love it when it's in leg 6, and I'll tell you why. But today, I'm definitely going to go on the O'Brien horse in the first. Not because I've not gone on the other 2, but I don't think this first race is as strong as the other 2 yellow races we've seen. And I've already seen this horse before. I know its form. I think it's a very, very good horse. It's Charles Darwin. So what I'm going to do today is have that as a banker in my PlacePot. Now, I'm going to probably do more than one ITV7 Placepot, but in my main one, that'll be a banker. If it's not in the first 3, my bet's down straight away. Okay? So I'll lose straight away. But that's the bet I'm going to have most selections in that first PlacePot. I'm going to probably have 5, 6s and 8s in some of the races. I do them to a penny or 2 pence or 3 pence. I put a lot on. But when I get back, I get a lot back. But I've got a staking plan here that you can play around with, but I'll tell you what you'll put on and what it'll cost you, and it's not the earth, I promise you. Right, so in leg 1, if you do the same and do the Charles Darwin, is it Charles Darwin, as a banker, the O'Brien horse, and it gets in the first 3, your bet's going and you can have more selections in others. So this is how I would stake it today. This is just a rough idea. This is not what you have to do. It's just a bit of a guide for you. Leg 2 is the King George Stakes. It's not a handicap, so it's first 3 places, and there's going to be 18, 19 runners. I would go 3 selections in that. Leg 3, the Ribblesdale Stakes. There's only about 9 or 10 in that, 11 in that, but it's always a hard race to win. But normally, the ones near the top of the market, there's always something that gets in the frame as a rule. I'd have 3 in that. The 4th race, the Gold Cup, that's the big race of the day. There's only 8 running today. We do want 8 to go to post. What we don't want is 1 to pull out, because it's only first 2 places. But assuming 8 go to post, I would put 2 in there. You could even be braver and put 1 in that. Let's say you put the favourite Illinois in and it comes first 3. Then you've got 2 bankers in. That means you're keeping your stake down and you can put more selections in other races. But then again, he had the favourite yesterday, didn't he, O'Brien, in the 1 mile 2 race, and it got around to it, he came 5th in the end. Illinois never run over the distance before. It might not get the distance, so you may need 2 in there. That's up to you. But if you put 2 in there, you're in that, then you're looking at the first big handicap, which is the Britannia. In the Britannia, there's going to be about 30 runners in that, which is going to be leg 5. So in leg 5, I put 4 in that. In leg 6, the Hampton Court, 14 in there, only 3 places. I will put 3 in that. And in leg 7, the Buckingham Palace Stakes, again, loads in the field, 30 horses. I'd put 4 in that. So your selections are 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 3 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 4 in the fifth, 3 in the sixth, and 4 in the seventh. And when you times them, because what you do 1 times 3 is 3, times 3 is 9, times 2 is 18, times 4 is 72, times 3 is 216, times 4 is 864. Yes, 864. So you've got 864 selections there. If you do it to 1 penny, that's £8.64. If you do it to 2 pence, that's £17.28. Now that might be more than you'd want to put on, but bear in mind you can win a lot with this bet. And some of you will be betting with somebody like Flatcap, who some days he's putting 20 quid on anyway. Yes, it's doubling your money, you're putting a lot more on, but you can win a lot more with this. Obviously you can lose straight away. But let's say you did it to 2 pence. You're only getting, let's say the payout is £4,000. You're not getting £4,000. If you had it to 10 pence, you're getting a tenth of that, which would be 400 quid. So to 2 pence, you're getting, is it 40 quid? 2 pence, 80 quid. You're getting 80 quid if it's £4,000, aren't you? You're getting 80 quid. You put 17 on, you're getting 80 quid, which isn't a lot, but it's not bad. If it goes down, obviously, it's not great. But you see, the way it works is, if in leg, let's say leg 3, is it the gold? No, leg 4, the Gold Cup. You might get both horses there and you put it on to 2 pence. You get both horses there, it's 2 times 2, so you're on 4 pence. Let's say in each of the handicaps you get 2 placed in each. The 4 pence times 2 becomes 8, times 2 becomes 16. So again, let's say it pays £4,000, you've got £4,000 to 16 pence, not to 2 pence, and that's what you're after. You're after some of them doubling up. That's why even a penny place pot, you're not really going to win a lot. If it pays £4,000, what you're going to win is about 40 quid, I think it is. But with a penny place pot, you can put even more selections on. You might put only 1 on in the Gold Cup. In the big handicaps, you might go for 6 in the big handicaps. And if you get 2s and 3s, that 1 pence doubled up becomes 2 pence, trebled up becomes 6 pence, 2 in another race becomes 12 pence, and that's the way it works. But you see, lastly, this is what I would do. I don't think I'll do this today because I'm almost certain Charles Darwin will come in the first 3. But what you could do, and this is, I've done it many times before, I love to do this when it's leg 6. In an ideal world, my banker's in leg 6, and I'll tell you what I do, and I'll tell you why it's ideal to have it in leg 6. It's not ideal in leg 1. If you're thinking to yourself, well, I'm putting my money on, but I want to cover myself. I think I've got a chance because I'm having a few selections in each of getting horses placed, and I'm getting an interest with each race until the bet does go down. But what if that Charles Darwin doesn't get in the first 3? My bet's down straight away. Well, what I do, and on every favourite, I'll go on Bet365 on the more markets. Click more markets, then click not to place. Look at Charles Darwin and its odds not to place today, not to get in the first 3. I've already done it for you. Its odds are 3 to 1. Okay, so what you could do today, you could do that place pot, let's say to 2 pence, it's £17.28. You could put £6 on Charles Darwin not to place at 3 to 1. You get your £6 back if it doesn't place, plus 18 quid. The 18 quid has covered your 17.28. Now, if it does place and your bet's still going, rather than having 17 quid on, you've now got 24 quid on because you've put Charles Darwin not to place in its place. So you're 24 quid out. But you've given yourself a chance that if Darwin didn't place, you better be down anyway. You've got all your money back. It's a free bet. It's cost you nothing. Now, the reason I like it in the 6th leg, the 5th or 6th, but 6 is the best of the lot. What you can do, folks, if you're doing the ITV7 Placepot with the Tote, even if you don't bet with the Tote, click into the Tote, look for the ITV7 Placepot. 5 minutes at the end of every single race today, click into the leg that's just finished, and it will tell you how much is running, how much the payout's looking at after each leg, and how many people are still in the bet. And when you get to leg 5 and leg 6, it will let you know what's in there. So like yesterday, after leg 5, there's only 55 quid in there. Now, with leg 6, it jumped up to 1,700. Now, let's say there was a real hot pot in the last race, a real hot pot that was expected to win. And it probably does win, but maybe it doesn't. What I do in the last race, I don't need as many selections in leg 7 because the hot pot really should, if it's not going to win, it should frame. It should definitely frame. So what I'll do, I'll put the hot pot in there with maybe only 2 selections. I'll have 3 selections in. Now, if it doesn't frame, I've got 2 chances with outsiders, which will make the payout bigger anyway. If it does frame, the payout's not going to change much from leg 6 to leg 7. But what I will do, if the payout's really good and I've got it to enough pence to know I'm going to win, say, a few hundred quid, say it's 1,700 quid, and I've got it to 20 pence, I've won 340 quid there without the last leg coming up. What I might do, let's say I put, say, 60 quid on. If that hot pot in leg 7 is like Charles Darwin and it's 3 to 1 not to place, I might put 20 quid on Charles Darwin in leg 7 not to place. If it doesn't place, I've got my 60 quid back, which has covered my place pot that could have gone down, but I've also got 2 outsiders there anyway. One of them could frame, it pays out, so I've won anyway, but I've also initially got my money back because the favourite's not placed and I put it not to get in the first 3 or first 4, whatever it might be. It can be a win-win. If all 3 come nowhere, I've put Charles Darwin in there not to frame and it's not done, I've got my money back, it's cost me nothing. I've had fun throughout 7 legs, I've been in it through 7 legs, leg 7 it's gone down, but I've got my money back. So it's great when the one that should be nailed onto frame is in leg 6 or leg 7. That's when it's at its best. It's not when it's in leg 1. But I would suggest, and another way of doing it is, let's say you don't fancy Charles Darwin as much as I do, put, say, 2 in the first race, and in the Gold Cup, put only 1 in there, maybe put Illinois in there. I would suggest, I've not looked at this, Illinois probably not to frame today, so bear in mind there's only 8 in the race as well, will probably also be about 3 to 1. So what you can do, you can go leg 1, 2 and 3. In leg 2 is the King George with lots in there. You might have some massive price in the King George and it's only playing 3 prices. By the time you get to leg 4, the Gold Cup, the payout might already be really, really good. You've got Illinois as your banker in there and you bet Illinois not to frame. You're only putting 1 in there. You're betting it not to frame. If it does, which you expect it to, your bet's carrying on. But because you've only got 1 in it, it means you've got more selections to go later. But if it doesn't frame, you've got your money back. But you don't mind doing that there because you know you're on a good payout, assuming you get it up. Maybe it's a bit gobbledygook to some, but hopefully you get where I'm coming from. For anything you're not sure about, put in the comment section and I'll answer them best I can for you. It might not be today, it'll be when I get to it. I mean, now it's not that late now, it's only like just turned 9 o'clock, but I've got to have a shower yet, I've got to have a shave, I've got loads of studying, and although I'm working from home, I have got work from home to do as well. But I will get back to any comments today. But I hope that's helped, folks. I really do. I know it's a long one, but if it makes you a few quid, I'll be happy for you.